Logans mustn't be as simple-minded as people say.
People say that.
This is Jamil, and I recently saw the independent film Logan Lucky. Now, Logan Lucky takes place in West Virginia, and it centers mainly on two brothers. The first being Channing Tatum, who is a failed football superstar turned to construction. Now, he's recently laid off his construction job, and as a single dad, he's currently struggling to, pay the bills and help support his daughter.
I was let go for liability reasons involving insurance.
Now, Adam Driver plays Channing Tatum's brother in the film. Now, he is a Iraq war veteran who, during his tour of duty, had his arm blown off, and now he's a barkeep. Yeah, now it sounds kind of contradictory, but he plays the part to perfection. Now, the thing about Channing Tatum recently being laid off from his construction job was that he was actually working very closely, if not on the NASCAR speedway. So he knows the way the money is being funneled and where they keep it during the races. This prompts him to convince Adam Driver that they should rob the NASCAR speedway, and that really puts into motion the film. One of the things I really enjoyed about this film was the Southern influence of it all. The dialogue was really enjoyable throughout the whole film. The characters, they have these humorous lines that are delivered with ease, and they bring a certain warmth and charm and dynamic to the film that, a lot of other films try to do, but they don't really do it effectively.
We need a computer whiz.
I know everything there is to know about computers, okay? All the Twitters, I know them.
One character that I really want to, kind of harp on is Hilary Swank, and she doesn't have a huge part of the film. She kind of comes in later on, but when she does, she kind of gives you this very cutout wooden, cardboard, performance of an FBI agent. She walks in with this very stern look, and she almost gives this kind of raspy deliverance with her voice.
I want everything on Jimmy Logan.
That's what you get a lot of the time in this film. You get a great ensemble cast that isn't afraid to just, encapsulate their characters, to the best of their abilities. Another aspect of the film I really enjoyed was the absurdity of the heist. It definitely wasn't afraid to tip its hat to convenience, but it did it really well. There's times where point A leads to point B, and in your mind, logically, you're trying to think how that's gonna happen, and then you go, that wouldn't happen. But you know what? The movie doesn't try to make sense out of it. It just kind of, it smiles at you and it goes, but you're just along for the ride. And I love movies that do that. They know what they are. They don't try to force anything down your throat. And I love that this movie did that. The main thing I wish this movie did better was showcase how difficult pulling off a heist actually is. Now, you have two brothers who, are, from rural America. They don't have a lot of experience with these type of things. I think one of them has a past charge of something extremely minor, and that's really it. They enlist the help of, Daniel Craig, who is, supposed to be this big time, robber of sorts. And even he seems a little, uneducated in the way he helps them. There's times where they could have showed, oh shit, that didn't go right. They really don't do that the whole movie. They kind of just go, nope, everything went according to plan. And it's like, that's cool, but at the same time, I want a little more dynamic with that, because I feel like you can bring out comedy in that alone, and I feel like that was opportunity missed. Now, there's one other small dislike I had about the film, and that is Adam Driver and Channing Tatum could have had a little more go-between, dealing with their characters. They're brothers in the film, and they're definitely down for each other, but I feel like they didn't really have anything, to kind of conflict with, and I wanted them to have a little more, kind of budding dialogue, a little more humor between the two. If these are brothers, somebody you grew up with, it didn't seem like, they shared as much history as, their stories would make you believe. The final score I give this film is about a 7.7. Now, this is a very fun heist film. Despite some of those smaller missteps I feel that it had, it's absurd. It's fun, and the cast, you can tell, is just having a great time doing it. Steven Soderbergh, who was supposed to be retired after Behind the Candelabra in 2013, came back, and he didn't come back with full force, but he definitely came back, at the height of his powers, just telling you a fun heist story that is kind of the opposite of the Ocean's movies, which he also directed. This one has a certain precision to it, but it doesn't have the foolproof lock stock, just everything closely knit together like the Ocean's film. So it's, the opposite side of that, the kind of just bumbling, we're gonna do this, we'll see how it works out, and it's fun in that regard.
Now, how many yards away is the vault?
20 yards. I don't know, maybe 30.
Is it 20 or is it 30? We are dealing with science here.
Well, that was my review for the independent film Logan Lucky. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you like it in comparison to the Ocean's film? Now, if independent film is something that you love, please share with your friends, subscribe below, and like us on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in.